What's up, everybody? Hopefully, you checked out all the other ones I put out from everything over the weekend, from the first ever Amsoil Championship Snowcross Triple Crown events at the RX Motor Park in Elk River, Minnesota, IndyCar in Texas, F1 Australian GP, the other NASCAR stuff between the trucks in Texas, and the Xfinity Series in Richmond with the Cup Series. Like, there's a lot out there. If you haven't checked them out, do it after this. I don't know what the hell you're waiting for. And make sure you share them all out because that helps more than anything you guys can do. And again, I still know how to feel about Richmond during the day, but again, good racing, good finishes for people. And really, that's probably just because some of my fondest memories were Rusty and Gordon or Kyle Busch, Rick and Jr. Yeah, a lot of things at Richmond. So under the lights, but good racing. Glad to see it. And may I also say in this one more time, I don't like it when the Cup, Xfinity, and truck guys are running at different tracks because in Texas doing the non-competitive pit stops and just throwing a red flag to give everyone the minutes they need to change everything because the regular pit crew guys aren't there. I don't like it. It's not a good look. No, non-competitive because the guys they're paying are somewhere else. I just don't think it's a fair, thing because you can't do any pit stop strategy or anything stuff like there and try to get an advantage because you just go down that order and then you go back out on the track in that order. And I don't like it, but what are we going to do? Hopefully, we don't see it a lot. And it was great to see Josh Berry up there in the Cup Series race, proving what he could do. Again, I always said he was going to be talented driving, and he had one bad race his first time in it with 10-minute notice. Kid's super talented. But Toyota owners 400, Alex Bowman on pole after qualifying was rained out. Shocker. Again, NASCAR weather, bad weather at least, they seem to go hand in hand. Don't know what it is, but they have it every weekend almost. And that's kind of amazing. Competition on lap 30 because of it. Denny Hamlin got his first and also second speeding penalties of the season in Richmond, which is impressive for how many races they've done for him to finally get here. Just and because how many people have gotten nabbed speeding, so it's actually really impressive that he made it there that far. A lot of guys. I mean, there are people that have got more than that in one race so far, and they have multiple. So sucks for him. Actually, the last one's what sucked, but he is Denny. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., first one to go way high and was making great time. People started moving up there. Sadly, something broke, and that sucked because you don't get to hear him like ripping through the field and doing all that very often. And every time they seem to have something like this happens, it sucks. But at least he showed speed, so that's a good sign for them. Denny acted like Denny and straight wrecked 15 of JJ Yeley. Best part, Fox was riding with him on board, and Clinton them all agreed that was on purpose. And my problem is you hear him complain about, his car, now that he's an owner and the cars cost money and the costs and yada, yada, yada. But he has no problem just dumping people because he got a speeding penalty and put in the back and they were racing him like they should. Because as he says, you're not special. No one's special. But just dumped Yaley. And it doesn't surprise me. That's why I don't like him. He's, hypocrite. He says one thing, and he does the complete opposite. Pisses everyone off to no end. But William Byron won stage one, Denny won stage two, and it was the first stage win of the season for Gibbs, which is just mesmerizing. Granted, I've said they've looked off, so I mean it really shouldn't be, but just that many races in, think Gibbs hasn't won one. It was kind of crazy, but that was short lived because again he got that second speeding penalty of the season with 24 to go and pretty much took his ended his day. Christopher Bell turned William Byron on the restart, trying to make a very late block. It was just a racing incident. It wasn't anyone running anyone over. Saw people complaining about that. Tried to make a block. It didn't work. Tried to make a really late one. Those things happen all the time. So, it sucks for William Byron, but how good they've been running and how fast he is, especially with those penalties being overturned. I think he'll be right back in there next race. But Kyle Larson won, Josh Berry second. Great to see. Super talented kid, definitely deserves it. Ross Chastain got a third. And it was a race where I didn't have to hear his name a million times for doing anything stupid or turning anyone or getting into any controversy. So that was a good change of pace. But Kevin Harvick was fifth. Good to see. Michael McDowell sixth. Great to see. Ty Gibbs got a ninth. Brad Keselowski 10th. Todd Gilliland 15th. Again, I don't know why he's not getting the whole season with that team, but business stuff. It is what it is. Harrison Burton 19th. Corey LaJoy 21st. And Bubba Wallace finished 22nd. Again, he's his own worst enemy and he just can't help himself. But driver points, Alex Bowman's first. Ross Chastain is second at -4. Christopher Bell third at -34, so a big gap. We got Kevin Harvick 5th, and the biggest one is Justin Haley is last, but finally positive in the points after that big penalty. Might only be one damn point, but that's better than the negative he was for the longest time. So glad to see that. Owner points, the Hendrick 48 is first, Trackhouse's 1 is second at -4, and Christopher Bell's Gibbs number 20 is third at -34. Manufacturers, Chevy's first, Toyota second at -29, and Ford is third, just 3 points behind at -32. So those guys are close. But next race, Sunday, 7 p.m. on Fox, Easter Sunday. Again, I still don't know how to feel about them doing that. It's better than like Sunday afternoon, but it's just one of those things. It's Easter. Yeah. Like you're trying to put people in seats at the track and you do that. So I don't see a lot of people traveling to be at a race Easter Sunday night when they have things to do and all that. Just me. I've always thought it was weird, but it is what it is. Should be a good race. See if any shenanigans or anything happened like it did last year at the end. But tough break for William Byron. They're too, good, so it's not going to make that big of a difference, I don't think. And great to see Josh Berry finish second. Kid's talented. It might be in his wheelhouse and all that. I mean, his worst run was that first race when he had that much warning and then he was in the car. So he's really showing what he can do. I really enjoy seeing that. Kept it clean, didn't do anything stupid. Very glad to see it. But don't forget to check out everything else I did: YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify for podcasters, Good Pods, iHeartRadio, Audible, YouTube, Rumble, CloudHub, BitChute for most of them. Some of them don't go on there just because BitChute and CloudHub don't like to load all the time for me to put stuff on there. But check them all out. Share the hell out of all of them. Racing Rosinski on Twitter. I put them all in there. The Facebook page under this name of the show. And it helps because I don't have to give any of them money to advertise everything. So check them out, share them out. And until we meet again, everyone, peace.